Aren't you glad that salmon? We're gonna do a lot of dad jokes today. Hey, we're gonna get to the grocery store now. We're gonna go ahead and get some of this stuff. This is one of those dishes that you should be able to have staples in your pantry, in your fridge that you can pull out pretty quickly. We're gonna do this all live. Everything is gonna be from start to finish. So we're gonna start it and then we're gonna finish it and it's all gonna be one shot. So hey, real quick, did you hear about the guy that had his left side cut off? He's all right.
I'm telling you, this canned salmon is absolutely fine for the recipe. It's much easier. Why must you always make this so difficult?
As a chef, I've been cooking and teaching globally, but now my focus is 100% on you, the incredible caregiver. You don't have time for complicated recipes? I'm taking all my world-class knowledge and turning it into fast, easy, nourishing meals that fit your busy schedule. We're cutting the stress, boosting the flavor. Let's cook something amazing right now. So we're back from the grocery store. Let's go through some of what we got. First off, we've got bumblebee pink salmon. You saw some in the store where we were going through and putting some of these items in the thing, and then we were looking at some of the other items that were available. So this is something that you can kind of pick if you want. If you want to go with salmon or crab or whatever, you can do it. Again, Zara, the prop designer, has made her way in. Then the rest of this should be just staples that we have around the house. I did grab some fresh parsley and some fresh dill. Those are great. But if you want to use dry, that's fine as well. We can talk about a little bit about that. We have eggs. Again, same thing, our jumbo grade A large eggs. Some Italian breadcrumbs that we bought, if you remember those from the meatloaf episode. And then some fresh lemons. And again, if you don't want to use fresh lemons, lemon juice is perfect, it's just fine. So we're gonna get started. And then you'll remember right here, remember our mashed potato episode? We're gonna do something very similar to the mashed potato episode, but this is just gonna be with sweet potatoes, so we're gonna get that going. So we're gonna go ahead and start mixing these all up right now. And the first thing we need is our big bowl. I'm gonna show you a little trick on something here that we can do with this, especially if we have some older folks who are having some issues. So we're gonna take this. Are we in frame? We're going to put this up in here like so. So we're going to put that in there. We're going to push this all the way back. We're going to take this back here, and then we're going to pop it all the way back again. Yeah, that didn't work. Somebody taught me that trick. Oh, I saw that trick. So we're going to take this, and we're going to drain it off. First thing we're going to do is just add our salmon. Now, we can use fresh salmon if we want it, but we're going to have to cook that salmon first anyway, so that's not really something that we want to be able to do on a quick notice, and this is something that is a little more shelf stable. So if we have this in the pantry, we can pull this out and make this dish pretty quickly. We're going to take a little bit of our chopped parsley, put it in there. We're going to take a little bit of our chopped dill, put it in there. We're going to put our breadcrumbs in there. We're going to crack 2 eggs. We've taken our little griddle. Now I'm using a panini machine, which has a flat surface on it, but the panini machine is something that you don't have to do. You can use it on a skillet as well. So just something to think about. And finally, we have our sweet potatoes. We've been letting those cook for a little bit. We're going to take and drain those out. And we're going to put a couple of those in there as well. Not a lot, just a few. And then we're going to squeeze a little bit of our lemon juice in there. Great thing about lemon juice and the acid is that it is a free flavor. So if we have a free flavor, it's not really contributing anything detrimental to our diet. Oh, tells me the griddle's ready. Contributing anything detrimental to our diet, but it is adding flavor. So instead of salt or fat, we can then turn around and add lemon juice, vinegars, things like that to do this, and it's not really going to cause a problem. So I'm going to step off camera. I'm going to throw my gloves on. I had a question recently about gloves saying, hey, why are you handling stuff when you're going to cook it. Well, it just kind of cuts down on the mess too. So this is again something that we can have our wonderful clients help us with. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take and just mix this all up. Remember, we mixed it all up with our hands earlier, like we did the meatloaf. Again, we're just taking and squeezing. Now, the thing that we don't want to do is really over mix this too much. We kind of want it to get this kind of a loose look. Probably for something like this, we're going to need a few more breadcrumbs, so I'm going to step off and grab a couple of those. So throw a little bit more breadcrumbs in here because we're going to look for a very specific kind of consistency. Now, a lot of salmon cakes, you'll see them that they coat them in breadcrumbs and then they deep fry them. We're not going to do the deep frying today. We're just going to do a straight up kind of New England style salmon cake. Sweet potatoes, let's talk about sweet potatoes real quick. High in vitamin C, vitamin A, magnesium, B12, copper, and it is an excellent source for gut health and digestion. The other thing is we're using salmon, high in omega-3s, B12s, vitamin D, potassium, and it's a high protein item. So take and we've mixed this up just like this. Now, what we can do is we can have our loved ones now, or our patients, clients, just take and form these loose little patties like so. And for one can, we're going to probably go ahead. Remember my challenge of always having my patties and my meatballs the same size. So one of the things that I'll do before I do all this is I will go ahead and figure out I'm going to make how many out of this, and then I can kind of divvy it up that way. So I said I was going to make 4 out of these, just divvy it in half, then divvy those in half, and you've got a pretty decent sized salmon patty. Pretty simple. So now we're going to take and remove our gloves, take a little bit of no stick spray, grab our little handy dandy spatula. We're going to turn the fan on. Might be a little noise in the background, but we'll see if we can work around that. And we're just going to put those on there like so. Okay? And we're just going to let those go. My temperature is set about 400 degrees or about medium high. We don't want it to be super high. Otherwise they'll burn before they cook all the way through. So something to keep your eye on and just kind of watch them as you're going. Again, we have no stick spray and we have a nutritional bomb of salmon patties. Now, total Greek yogurt, Fage, probably the best in the business. We're going to take a little bit of the Fage, peel that back, get our little spoon wherever it went. We're going to put just a little bit of some Greek yogurt in there. Oh, get that little wrapping off the top. Got a little sweet potato in there, that's okay. I'm going to squeeze just some more lemon juice in there. And the reason we're using Greek yogurt is that it is a pure protein kind of a dish. It is just high in protein, calcium. It's great for diabetics. It's also great for gut health. So we're going to mix all that up. If we want, we can throw just a pinch of salt in there. And now that is ready for our little topping. Now we're going to take our sweet potatoes. Okay, we have a little bit of butter here. And grab a clean spoon. About a tablespoon of butter. I'm going to throw that in there. You can't see it, but right off camera, Zara, the set producer, is busily trying to get through things. So now we're going to mash this up real quick. Mash it up with a fork. Remember how we did that with the mashed potatoes earlier? Kind of a rustic dish, but again, something that'll be very pleasing. We have some great Sugar Shack maple syrup. You can use honey or brown sugar. I kind of like the maple syrup only because it's a local thing. Put a little bit in there to kind of raise the sweet level. Now, let's take and turn these over. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Push it down just a little bit, flip it over, push it down just a little bit. The reason we're pushing it down is we're giving it a little bit more surface area to cook on. Get that going. Now, as a chef in a professional kitchen, I would not recommend having pets in the house or pets in your kitchen. However, at home, your cats pretty much rule the house, so you've kind of got to work around them a little bit. I'm tempted to do a video series on cooking cats and having my cats around while I cook, but that's for later.
And my cat.
And Genevieve's cat. Okay, so we've had about a minute on this side. Are we getting camera crazy over here?
No.
We have this on the other side. We're kind of heating it up. So we're just going to put about, I don't know, 2-3 ounces of mashed potatoes on there, or the mashed sweet potatoes.
I mean, you weren't wrong. They are mashed potatoes.
What's that?
So you weren't wrong. They are mashed potatoes.
True. They are mashed potatoes. Is it time for another dad joke?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, yesterday, a clown held the door open for me. I thought it was a nice gesture. Okay. So we're going to take one salmon patty, lay it off to the side like so. Just go ahead and leave the shot on there, Genevieve. We're going to take some of our little dill sauce, put it over the top. Garnish just a little bit of this. And then we're going to take some of this. The tanginess of the yogurt, the sweetness of the potatoes. This is really good. All right. Oh, wow. Hey, that's it. 20-minute meal. You saw it live. It was done from beginning to end. You want to come around and get in the shot?
No, I just want to see. I
So-
have like 6 shots.
We're going to do tips, tricks next. Stick around for that. Next one is going to be chicken with vegetables and a lemon oil drizzle. So hey, we'll see you next time. All right, let's talk about some of the items that we bought. Greek yogurt. So I bought this big tub, only needed a little bit. We're going to go through some of the benefits and some things that we can do to provide healthy alternatives. So let's talk about Greek yogurt. It is a high protein superfood. The beautiful thing about this is that it is so protein packed that when you eat just a little bit, and we're talking maybe less than 3/4 of a cup, it's going to make you feel fuller longer. That 3/4 of a cup is going to improve muscle development, bone health, muscle health. It's great for digestion. It's a great probiotic, so gut health is going to be great. It's going to have a lower lactose, which is then going to turn around and cause less issues with those that might have a little bit of a lactose intolerant, or maybe even their medicine has provided some lactose issues. It's high in vitamin B. So great little product to keep around. We're going to go into that in a minute. Next thing we're going to bring up is maple syrup. Let's talk about maple syrup. One tablespoon of maple syrup is going to have magnesium, zinc, calcium, potassium, iron, antioxidants, and plenty of vitamin B. So the thing about this is that this is another little superfood. Obviously, if we're diabetic, we need to watch and measure that we have this. But one of the things that it is going to do is it's going to move through your system a lot easier. So you don't get that sugar high or sugar buzz that you normally would when you're using refined sugars or processed sugars. So something to think about. The other thing about is that this is great for the immune system. It works as an anti-inflammatory. There's results that are showing that it also helps reduce or lower some blood pressure. And again, like we talked about, it is easy to digest. So what we're going to do is take some of this, about 3/4 of a cup of our Greek yogurt. You don't have to put it in a glass because I just did it for visual purposes. Give it a stir, get it nice and creamy. We're going to put, about 3/4 of a cup in there. We're going to add some maple syrup, about 2 tablespoons. Okay. And then finally, we're going to get some granola in here. You don't want to use granola, or you want to find a different alternative. Bananas are great. Fresh or frozen fruit. I like blueberries and bananas in mine with a little bit of the sweetener. But today we're just going to throw some of the granola in there and make a bit of a parfait. Not much. Just enough to give it a little crunch. Get a little bit more protein in it. So something like this now is going to be a protein nutrient bomb. And again, this cat always knows when I'm filming. Give that a quick stir, kind of mix it up, and you've got a great little snack. You're getting the crunch and the flavor of the granola. You're getting the flavor of the maple syrup, the yogurt and the tang. This is one of those dishes that if you go into the Mediterranean, whether you're in Greece, Italy, Southern Italy, Northern Africa, you see a lot of this Mediterranean style yogurt for breakfast. You go into any of the buffets for the breakfast in Europe, you're going to find yogurt and honey and nuts. Oh, see, this even brought the kitties in too. So hey, I'm going to eat this before they go. Oh, real quick, throw a little bit of coffee on top of this too. Really cool, really good. So anyway, go. Enjoy.